Despite my earlier arguments, which you can see right here, the link above, where I questioned whether Denzel truly fit the role in terms of appearance, there's no denying the force of his performance. His acting is magnetic and his star power indisputable, which I think is the real reason he was casted, not for resemblance, but for resonance. So today I turn my attention to Macrinus, to his most commanding moments, and to how the legendary Denzel Washington didn't just play the part, he claimed it. Scene after scene, his presence commands the screen, guiding the tides of power and propelling the story forward to its thunderous climax. As always, spoilers ahead as I will be recapping everything so far leading up to these scenes. But if you don't need the timestamps below to skip ahead to the meat and potatoes. This is a Macrinus focused video, so I'm going to be starting from where we're introduced to Macrinus and only vaguely touching on Lucius where it's necessary. After a brutal battle at Numidia, a kingdom in northwest Africa which Lucius had lost and was therefore captured, Lucius is brought forth before a crowd of onlookers as he must now fight to stay alive. Among the onlookers is Macrinus, a sharp-eyed businessman and seasoned opportunist, always on the hunt for the next rising star in the Gladiator pits. Played by Denzel Washington, Macrinus is cunning, calculating, and quietly consumed by his own dark ambitions. Once a slave, now a free man, he moves through the world with power and a purpose. Draped in gold, rare stones, and fine fabrics, he's a symbol of wealth, hard-earned, and a warning of the price it took to get there. Macrinus quickly seizes the potential that Lucius is and purchases him.
I'll buy him.
With his newfound champion in tow, Macrinus proudly presents him to the twin thrones of Rome, Emperor Geta and Emperor Caracalla, portrayed by Joseph Quinn and Fred Hitchinger. Two less than sympathetic rulers. But as Lucius begins to speak, a flicker of suspicion stirs in Macrinus.
Gates of hell are open night and day. Smooth is the descent, and easy is the way.
The way he recites poetry, the ease in which he carries himself, it's a hint of a past far richer and far more dangerous than that of a mere slave or barbarian, something that Macrinus will need to learn about before it hurts him. As Lucius's arena debut draws near, Macrinus raises the stakes on a wager with his old friend Thrax, a seasoned gambler with a taste for risk and a habit of biting off way more than he can chew, something that'll come back to bite him later. He's played by Tim Macrinus, I believe is how you pronounce his name. Thrax is a man who knows every whisper and secret buried in Rome's underbelly, a fact Macrinus is all too familiar with. And given his newfound status and fame thanks to his new champion, Macrinus is actually able to schedule a lucrative lunch with Lucilla.
He served with my father.
I had the privilege of reading his meditations. The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury.
A day that started off as a refined lunch with Lucilla soon spirals into a nighttime bender. Amid the wine and whispered secrets, one of Macrinus's loose-lipped, gossipy companions tells him something juicy. A rumor long buried now resurfacing: the lost son of Lucilla may still be alive. We eventually end up here at an admittedly visually stunning, though historically questionable, Nomechia scene? A word for a grand naval battle staged in the arena. Though they didn't really have any sharks when they were doing this in real life. Anyways, during this, Lucius sets his sights on the head of the Roman army. A little too soon. It's a bold move and one that does bring concern, but for Macrinus it's a mere ripple in the water. His true plans are only just beginning to unfold. Prax, now 10,000 denarii deep, Macrinus has come to collect. From this point, the tides begin to shift. Macrinus uncovers whispers of a daring plot, a conspiracy to overthrow the brother emperors, and free the gladiator who now commands the people's gaze. Lucius. Macrinus stops the coup, and he doesn't just preserve the empire, he strengthens his claim to its inner circle.
In these last days, I have come to think of you not as a subject, but as a true friend.
Thank you.
further cementing his place beside the throne. Now, rather than just opting for a swift execution, Macrinus proposes something far more theatrical, a spectacle for the bloodthirsty crowd he's always referencing. Let the fate of the main conspirator be decided in the arena, he suggests. The gods bear witness and make a decision on the beloved Arcasius. And in a twisted way, he grants Lucius what he once asked for, a chance to fight for vengeance. But beloved by the masses, Arcasius doesn't just command the troops, he also commands the hearts of the people. So when Lucia speaks out, she ignites the crowd into an uproar. This roar turns to riots, and in a moment of chaos and fear, the guards turn their weapons on the audience. This rage does not die with the sun, though. It spills into the streets, echoing through the alleys of Rome as torches rise and order unravels. And with that fury still simmering, we arrive at our first scene where the fire of rebellion begins to take form and the true story unfolds. We open this scene with a slow, low-tracking shot following Macrinus. The music gently fades away as we reach our mark, creating an atmosphere thick with menace. He's no mere snake in the grass. This is a trickster demon, a shadow weaving his dark magic.
Nothing's ever mine. Everything is ours, always. Even in the womb. He tried to get my umbilicus so that I couldn't have any more air.
You remember that, do you?
Ooh, that close-up. Macrinus' gaze pierces through the screen, earnest and unsettling all at the same time, like he's staring straight into his soul. The look is hypnotic, impossible to doubt. Whatever Macrinus says, you believe he feels it with genuine conviction. This is the brilliance of Denzel Washington. Raw, magnetic, unforgettable.
What?
Sit. Your brother means to blame you in front of the entire Senate.
But I did not do it.
Macrinus leaves the frame, leaving an asymmetrical frame that shifts all the weight to Caracalla, lonely and exposed. The following tracking shot carries the same weight. Macrinus strides forward with commanding confidence, flanked by a band of griffins, symbols of strength and power. Meanwhile, Caracalla sits isolated, hanging on every word, nothing with him.
Brother against another.
That's a lie. He always lies.
He can be very persuasive.
So, what will they do to me?
Oh, I don't dare imagine, but imagine this.
We continue to track Macrinus as he closes in for the kill, owning this space like a dark maestro or something. Caracalla, now fully hypnotized by the silver-tongued devil weaving his grand illusion. He's helpless to resist. This culminates in Caracalla murdering his own brother, the deed done with the guiding hand of his own personal demon. The next scene unfolds with Macrinus watering the newly planted seeds of power. Caracalla steps into the center of frame, coupled with a slow, deliberate dolly shot, the camera emphasizing the gravity of the moment. A stunning wide shot reveals Macrinus seated among his griffins, again an image of unwielding strength and control. Macrinus drops this bag and does come with a little bit of telling detail, the color. It's of royalty, purple, a subtle symbol of authority, but it's there for a purpose.
El Dondas?
But moving along to what I'm calling a coronation frame, because I just love how it looks, it's so powerful. It's almost like a holy ascent. It's symmetrical with two white angelic figures flanking the scene, a gargantuan statue looming behind, and a third eye hinting at a deeper knowledge and unseen truth. Caracalla takes his leave, and Macrinus begins the next phase of his plan, issuing his first dark order.
Sit down.
Inside that royal bag lies the severed head of the former ruler, purple, the color of royalty. Gita's head is in the bag. Each shot that follows mirrors the power dynamic of the assembly. Loyalty, the thirst for control, and the grim outcome awaiting Rome. This shot reveals the loyalty, this one the desire for control, while this represents the outcome. The final seed planting scene takes place in the prison room of Usilla. Here, Macrinus is shrouded in a shadow, gloating as he reveals his twisted plan like some freaking Bond villain.
You are your father's child. His dream of Rome was never a dream. It was a fiction.
Lucilla stands bathed in light, a stark contrast to Macrinus' darkness. He's quoting her father and turning his own words back against her.
The best revenge is to become unlike the one who did the injury. I have made myself unlike your father.
And there's that look again. Now, if you've seen the movie, you know ultimately Macrinus fails in his ambition to tear Rome down. And so the curtain draws on this character of deceit, ambition, and blood-soaked glory. Macrinus, once a whisper in the shadow, becomes a puppeteer of the emperors. His plan unfolding, every glance, every word, every step, calculated, deliberate, dangerous. No matter how you feel about the character's appearance, how you feel about Denzel, there is no denying he crushed this role, and his character was hella interesting. And that's it for the video. If you enjoyed, like, comment, subscribe, share this out with someone who would love it. And until next time, what do you recommend?